world records. They're neat. I don't have any, but I'll have one soon. I will talk about some Fnaf records. First, let's take a look at classic internet competition. Speedruns. The best form of online competition for people who hate multiplayer games. To edit for me, make sure to record a video of me getting sniped and raging in TF2. Although most FNAF games have a set amount of time they last, with the survive until 6 AM formula, recently we have games like Security Breach and Into the Pit. These games are less scripted than the games with the survive until 6 AM formula, thus enabling more opportunities to break the game to suit all of your speedrun needs. Even Critical got into it. The current record fastest time to complete Security Breach is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Yep, someone completed Security Breach faster than some people take a piss. As many of you know, Security Breach isn't the most stable and functioning game, so people abuse glitches to clip out of bounds. When you're out of bounds, you're in a place where the game wasn't intending for you to be. Like, for example, this giant empty void just filled with doors that, well, just looks like the one seen from Monsters Inc. Get to Hazard Blast, make your way up the staircase, get into Vanny's room, and then press this button, triggering the Vanny ending. All of that in just over 2 minutes. Of course, doing this speedrun yourself is much more difficult than watching a YouTube video. You need to practice these B-hops, or as the FNAF speedrunning community refers to them, skip-scopping, as well as being able to achieve a good time on the parkour sections. This time was achieved in the 1.04 version of the game, so if you wanna try this speedrun out for yourself, you need to downgrade your game to a previous version. Check out this tutorial if you're interested, link in the description. Turns out all of those bugs were good for at least something, huh? How about we move on to you, the people. That's right, this could be you I'm going to talk about now. Statistically not, but hey, it might be. Now, figuring out what the best player is in a given series of games is no easy task. After all, it can be a random kid from the Philippines who just doesn't post online. However, I did find a way that gives us a pretty good guess at one of the most skilled players in this fandom. No, it's not DJ Star, even though I love you, GOAT. Sit back by the campfire while I tell you about the FNAF Max Mode list. A list that categorizes each of the most difficult nights in nearly every mainline FNAF game and community-made fan games. Yeah, they made a FNAF list for FNAF tryhards, and I love everything about it. The top 150 modes all give out points, which serve the purpose of bragging rights. The more difficult the mode, the more points you receive for beating it, along with providing footage to prove that you actually beat it. If we go to the website, we can see a list that has users sorted by the amount of points they have. In the first place is Mir, or Mir. 4,282 points. The hardest mode currently on the list gives out only 500. That's a lot of FNAF. They beat stuff like Pizza Man and Five Nights at the Gang's at 12-minute night, puts FNAF 1's 9-minute nights to absolute shame. Definitely make sure to check them out. Funnily enough, this isn't the first time they're in one of my videos, because they also hold the record for the best green run in the Mask of Madness night in FNAF 1 Refazified. As for me, well, I'd stay right here in 660th place right next to Mr. Epic. A link to Merly's channel is in the description. Also, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, it would help me out a ton, thank you. Now, while doing the heavy, extensive, grueling research for this video, I came across this on recordsetter.com. This site is a little silly. I mean, any site with a fastest time for two people named Patrick to name 50 famous Patricks on St. Patrick's Day record is. Someone managed to name 12 Five Nights at Freddy's characters in 20 seconds. Now, according to someone else in the comments, they beat it, but hey, there's no proof. But okay, let's see how this person did.
1, go. Foxy, Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Fredbear, Nightmare, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, Toy Freddy, Springtrap, Plush Trap.
Okay guys, time to lock in. Grab some popcorn and sit back, this is gonna be some amazing shit. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Plush Trap, Springtrap, Spring Bonnie, Fredbear, Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, Phantom Mangle, Foxy, Balloon Boy, JJ, Endoskeleton, Golden Freddy, Markiplier. I hold the record for the most FNAF characters named in 20 seconds. With the help of all my fans and my entire life's worth of work, we hold the new record. Official 20-second FNAF characters named world record t-shirt coming out soon. I dare anyone to try and beat my record. If you do, post it on YouTube with the hashtag FNAF 20-second challenge. Let's see how far we can take this. 50-20 mode is commonly regarded as the most difficult of the official FNAF challenges. However, where there is challenge, there are innovations and strategies that lead to more understanding of how the game works. Thus, someone managed to beat 50-20 mode in Ultimate Custom Night with 84% power remaining. That's just damn. What can I say? This just speaks for itself. This record was beaten by Brayden, a person which, let's just say, holds quite a bit of other FNAF records. How they managed to achieve the 84% is by death-coining Puppet. If you don't know, most 50-20 strategies have what's called the global music box cycle. Before each 15-second interval, change from the power generator to the global music box. Then after passing another 15-second interval, switch back. That is so these fellas don't kill you. However, only one of them really requires the music box to be on for the entire 15-second duration. So if you death-coin Puppet, deleting them from the night basically, you are able to spend a lot more time on the power generator, allowing this to happen. I'm sure a lot more went into this. This must have been brutally difficult and very time exhausting, but you did it, so good job. You can check out this run and Brayden's channel in the description. Now let's enter the grim, dark world of business ownership. Fnaf 6, or Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. This game is a bit special, because unlike the survive until 6 AM format, you need to complete tasks in order to beat the night. Shooter25 managed to get the record for the quickest Saturday, with all of the salvages, so each of these fuckos are trying to kill him. He managed to do it in a minute and 57 seconds. I assume this takes a lot of RNG because of the nature of FNAF 6 and how it works, but still, that's really good. Usually it takes like a lot more time to beat the nights, especially if you play it really safe and repel the animatronics away from your vents after every task. Once again, this completion and Shooter25's channel will be linked in the description. Another example of a record Shooter25 managed to beat, the best FNAF 1 green run. He managed to beat the 420 max mode in FNAF 1 with 26.7% power remaining. This is really impressive, and how he does it is by abusing the movement intervals of the animatronics. Each animatronic has a set amount of time it takes for them to move, and because they are on 20 out of 20 AI, it means they will move each time they get the opportunity to. Therefore, you can minimize power usage by just using lights and doors the moments the movement intervals line up, preventing you from using up any extra power. Like I said before, this guy is one of the FNAF GOATs, who truly pushes these games to their absolute limits. The Guinness Book of World Records. My favorite method of having a beer show me some weird shit. And apparently they have a record for the highest amount of playtime in FNAF 4, which is held by a Swedish player named Yui. Over 1200 hours. I have no idea how you even achieved that. In FNAF 4, either they absolutely suck, or they were on that grind to become the best FNAF 4 player there ever was. They also hold the same record, but for sister location. I have no idea what compels someone to do this. FNAF 4 takes like 6 hours to beat max, if you do all the extra challenges and the max modes. But if you like logging into Steam and play FNAF 4 for 8 hours every single day after work, that's good on you, man. These are also some FNAF records. I'm hilarious, I know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some FNAF records. This was a really fun video to make and I wanna know what you thought of it, so let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you and bye bye.